So we did something crazy.
It's extra crazy, but people who know us super well, actually, I don't know that they thought it was that crazy. Like our family, they're like, "Oh, here you go again." So,
We uh, we sold Noeta,
well, we're selling
selling
Noeta.
it,
We're still in that
process.
process.
We go do the survey early next week, and yeah, so we sold our boat.
Welcome aboard. We are Alexa, Pat, and Gilligan the Fat Boat Cat. We live aboard our 50-foot Nordhavn Noeta. Follow us as we cruise to unique corners of this planet to learn about other cultures, see the wildlife, meet people from around the world, and explore.
So crazy times here. In the last few days, we've decided we're going to sell our boat. We've made an offer on a 57, and we have somebody coming to look at our boat in just about 6 days. So we have a lot to do, a lot of planning. New boat's going to be in, I think, Homer, Alaska, and this boat's in Mexico. And so there's so much we need to do. So first step we decided is make the boat so it's showable. It's like staging a house, kind of, since we have folks coming down from Washington, I think, next week. So today we're getting some stuff out of storage. And we're going to go store it at a friend's house for now until we'll see if everything comes together. And if it does, you'll be hearing a lot more about the upcoming project. So wish us luck.
Yeah, so we sold our boat.
Yeah, it's all on paper right now. So hopefully everything works out. In about 5 weeks, this Noeta will change hands, and got some great new owners coming in. They spent the weekend here last weekend and coming down from Washington. So part of the deal is, don't worry, they have to change the name Noeta because...
We bought another Nordhavn.
So that one will be Noeta. Technically the third Noeta Nordhavn we've had, but
We'll just keep it Noeta.
it's just going to be Noeta to keep it simple. So how did this all happen? We weren't selling. We really weren't.
When we went up and did the solar eclipse in the Gulf of California, Sea of Cortez, on our way back to the mainland to a little bay just south of San Blas, we had a little electrical problem. So I was stumped, tired.
If you watch episode 3, that explains the electrical problem. So really, this is just a couple episodes ago that this all came to be. This is new.
So kind of a running dialogue with James and Jay at Yacht Tech. About once a month or so, they send me a boat. Hey, what do you think about this one? It's usually been a 62.
And it's usually a joke. I laugh. I'm like, no, we have a great boat. I love our boat. There's no reason to get another boat. So Pat's like, oh, they sent me another one, and here's another one. Well, after this incident, they did send another one.
They said they may be getting a reverse windshield 57, and I'm always excited about that. But this time,
I got excited. I did some Googling, and I start looking at them and watching some videos, and then I started saying, well, a 2 stateroom, which is what it was, with 2 bigger staterooms, 2 queen beds, is actually a better fit for our next stage of life. This currently, Noeta's got all these bunk beds, which was perfect while we had teenagers on board. But now they're older and they might be bringing partners down. So a 2 stateroom was just a better fit. And then there's the other things like the fly station, the fly bridge, and
it's called the fly bridge.
I know. I was going to also talk about all the stations.
It has wing stations in addition to the fly bridge and the main helm. Out on the wings inside the Portuguese bridge, there's 2 stations for steering. There's one in the cockpit that we can use if we're backing in.
Has bow and stern thrusters. So anyway, I'm doing some research. I'm like, wow, this would really be great if we could make this work, but we probably can't make it work. And but then we just kind of kept playing the what if game, and what about the numbers, and still weren't quite ready to sell. And then end of April, I'm up in the United States for my dad's birthday, and Pat happened to be working and had a layover in Honolulu for a number of hours.
That's where the boat was. So James got hold of the owner, the seller, and asked if it would be okay if we came out and looked at the boat. And kind of last second, he said yes. And Alexa, there was seats on my flight to Honolulu. She grabbed a seat. And
So Pat flew me to Honolulu. We go get on board this 57. Actually, even before we got on board, we were smitten. She's a pretty boat.
Just walking the dock and walking up to her, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
So
we went on board, got to meet the owners. They are amazing. They've owned this boat, pretty much the first owners that have taken it cruising. 18 years or so. We'll get more details once we get more into this.
They've done around 100,000 miles on that boat alone, which is incredible.
They've gone around Cape Horn twice. They've been around French Polynesia, New Zealand, everywhere. And their cruising days are ending. And so they're looking for someone else to take their boat. They never listed it. They didn't get that far because we saw it and said, let's make an offer. And we did.
Yeah, our boat never really went to market either.
Yeah, so part of the deal with James was like, okay, well, we want this 57, but we need someone to buy our boat. We can't have two Nordhavns.
So the numbers came together, and so we're taping this before surveys. So our boat, the 50, we haul out next Thursday. Mm-hmm. We do survey, haul out, all those inspections. And then almost immediately after that, we're going to fly up to Homer, Alaska, which is where the boat is currently heading on its own bottom. They left Honolulu, and they're from Alaska. I think they have a place on the Kenai. Anyway, they want to get up there, take all their stuff off. So we get to go up there and do all our surveys and inspections up there.
In about 2 weeks. So we'll be up there. Hopefully that survey all goes well. And so now we're just madly kind of getting our personal effects off the boat. A lot of the things will stay on this boat for the new owners. It's been hectic. We have a storage shed. With serendipity, a friend of ours said, oh, we're emptying out a storage shed and it's paid for the next 9 months if you want it. And I'm like, yeah, I do. Ended up I needed another one, just all our stuff. But so we're going to store stuff here. We're madly packing the car and storing. Meanwhile, I got bronchitis, so I'm dealing with that right now. Sorry, now that I say it. All right, taking one of 800 loads off our boat of stuff. Put some in storage and some will head north with us. But the trip to get to the car, to get to storage, is a little complicated. It goes through a hotel and through a parking garage and around a long deck. So here's that tour. Tenth load down.
40 sheet.
Couldn't leave our gas can things in storage, so we're gonna leave them at a friend's house at a ranch out in the middle of Mexico. So we're here unloading our things. Hi. It looks like I might have a friend. Just thinking about it. Anyway, we have more to unload, but the stuff can't go in our storage shed, so we're gonna keep it here at a friend's house. So there's a lot to do still over the next few weeks, and the tentative plan right now is if we close on Noeta mid-July, a few days later close on the 57, we'll jump in our car with Gilligan, the fat boat cat, and head north, and a eventually go meet the boat wherever it ends up, and come back to Mexico. So take the next few months
Yeah.
to fix her up and make our way back to Mexico. And so that's the big plan with a lot of little details that need to come together.
Yes. Yes.
So stay tuned. A lot more is coming. And yeah, wish us luck.